Well, the other one is coercive control, which at the time I learned I called it ambient abuse, which is another way to think about it. But what I didn't really understand as experiencing coercive control. And I think most people don't understand that either. They end up thinking, well, you just say no, and then that solves the problem, but it isn't that simple because what it is essentially a person using all sorts of methods, often very emotional, intimate methods like connectedness and how you feel about them, how safe you feel, and swing you into doing things the way that they want them to be done. And often in the beginning, it's done sweetly in a way that makes you almost feel sort of rude for not accepting that help. But
Hmm.
what they're doing is they're quietly pulling you under their control without you really fully realizing it. It happened right away on my first date, and I didn't even realize that this is what I was experiencing. So for the first date, he came to my area, and it's near a really beautiful beach area. And so we decided to go out and spend a day in the beach. And I had loaded up with all the picnic stuff, like the picnic basket, the umbrella, the blanket, all of that. And he insisted he carry all of it down to the lake instead of having the two of us carry it together. And he said, no, no, it's your turn to be taken care of. That sounds really awesome. But what I didn't appreciate was that he's establishing he's in control and that I'm to follow his command, that he's being very very directive with me. And it showed up things around he insisted he wanted to help me in and out of the car. And you'd think, well, that's sort of a chivalrous thing to do. Isn't that a wonderful man thing to do? Okay, but for me, I have bad knees and it was hurting my knees. And he was doing it for image control and a way to sort of like say that I needed him. And it was, again, to sort of set up this dependency on him. And then it got more weird around grocery shopping. So he would insist he shop with me. And when it came to loading the cart onto the roll, what do you call that moves the grocery stuff forward? You know what I'm saying? The
A conveyor belt?
conveyor belt, thank you. He would insist I stand back and have him put the things on the conveyor belt. He wouldn't allow me to put the things on the conveyor belt and help with that. And then he'd insist that he carry the groceries out to the car and that even carry them into the house. I had to stand and watch him do that. So it starts to be about all of these like little ways of control. And next thing I know, I'm hearing that I need to wash clothes in a certain way and then hang them in a certain way, hang them by color, hang them in a certain direction. Next thing I know, I'm being screamed at because the things in the refrigerator aren't put in the right order and put in the right way. We have to eat food the way he wants it to be, the food he wants to eat at the time he wants to eat. We're at night when he'll set the alarm super early in the morning. Meanwhile, he'll keep the TV on till 3 a.m. in the night watching YouTube videos while I'm trying to sleep beside him. Well, little do I know, I'm losing control over the very things of my life to where I now don't have privacy. I don't have a whole lot of agency and control over what I do and how I do it. Now I'm not taking phone calls in front of him because when I do, he wants to know who is that and what I want to know. So I'm being questioned about who's calling me and what the purpose is. And then he'll even weigh in about what I say or don't say to that person. Like, why did I say that? So I'm becoming under this microscope. So I literally can't breathe and he's gaining more and more control. And I don't realize that I'm literally suffocating in this relationship because I'm now not a person. I'm just shrinking. It felt like to me like the walls were, the rooms where the walls come in on you. It was
Yes.
coming in and it's getting tight and tighter and I can't move. I think the other thing that people really don't understand how controlling these individuals are. And it all sounds in the beginning beautiful, reasonable stuff, but
Yeah.
it's horrible. Finally, you, I have people in my membership at the end say, I don't even know what I like to eat. I don't have any hobbies. I even got told what clothes I could and couldn't wear. I wasn't to wear animal prints. He said, I don't want women in animal prints. Like, really? Yeah.
Yeah. The one whom I dealt with, by the end, he wanted to tell me what color shirt to wear,
Yeah. Yeah.
how to cuff
Exactly.
my sleeves and things. He was trying all that. He was pushing as far as he could. To go even deeper on these ideas, you can watch my full episode using the link in the description or the box on the screen.